Today we're going to be saving flower seeds from the plants I planted this last spring, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do it, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Being the frugal person I am, I look for different ways to save money. And one of the ways was I was gifted a whole bunch of seeds, and among the seeds were, besides vegetables, were some flowers. So I went ahead and planted those, but I want to be able to plant more flowers this next year because for one thing, it just really makes the homestead pop with color, and another thing, it helps the bee pollen and the pollinator population with getting the nectar and pollen that they need to survive. So one way I do that is harvest seed from the flowers that I've grown, and identifying where the seed grows on the flower is relatively simple, but harvesting them, you just gotta wait till they dry out and then approach them at the right time to be able to harvest them. Here's my selection of flower seeds that I've gotten. Now I saved these seeds packets intentionally through the year. As I harvest the seed, I can identify the plant that I planted and which plant is which as far as the seeds, because I saved some seeds in these plants and I know what the seeds look like. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and we're going to harvest from this French Doobie Dwarf mixed colors of the marigolds. So let's go out on the garden and collect some marigold seeds. This is those little marigolds I planted, and some of them are ready to harvest seeds, so we're going to go ahead and draw the seed out of there. And I'm going to store the seed in the packet. Now what the seed looks like that I'm looking for is, well, let's go draw some seed. This seed right here, that is the flower seed. It's just grabbing the petal and pulling them out, and attached to the petals are the seed. So we're just going to go ahead and plop them in there and keep them in a nice safe place. So now I've got a good start on these seeds for next year. These are the miniature dwarf marigolds. Now this is a different kind of marigold. This is called the cottage red, and just like the little miniature marigolds, all we have to do is just take the dry petals, pluck it, and you've got seed. I'm going to go ahead and put them in this seed packet that I saved, so I have a catalog of the seeds I'm saving. Do you think I have enough seed now? See? That's going to get a lot of flowers on the homestead. Now these little marigolds, they're a medium size. They're not the dwarf and they're not the tall ones, but they're medium. So we're going to put those in a different packet. We're going to harvest those. These plants are vital to any vegetable garden because they're a natural pest repellent. And from what I understand, they're also, the deer are not fond of them. So it's something I can plant out in my front yard so the deer won't eat them. A terrible problem with deer. And those marigolds are really, really hardy in this soil and this climate. So I'm going to try to border my whole garden with these. And then stagger them because I've got the different sizes, the miniature ones, the medium ones, and the tall ones. This cosmos plant is harvesting the seeds the same way as you just grab what's left of the petals, and that's where your seed is. So we'll have lots of cosmos and marigolds. And then there's a couple of other varieties I'm going to be harvesting. And I'll show you those. Okay, we got the marigolds, two types, or three types of marigolds, and the cosmos. Next we're going to be harvesting the seed from the portulaca. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's an interesting little plant. That's what it looks like. Anyway, let's go out to the garden and harvest some more of those seeds. As you can see, I still got cosmos that haven't bloomed yet. So these are going to be blooming here. Fall starts next week. And here is the portulaca plant right here that I want to harvest seed from. It looks more like a succulent with little flowers on them than anything else. So what I'm doing is inside the bud, they're little tiny black seeds. And those are the little tiny black seeds we're saving, but I'm just picking the bud itself and I'm gonna pop it in the packet here so we can ensure we're gonna harvest a seed from these buds. So we're going to go ahead and put those with the rest of the flowers and let them dry in the greenhouse. The morning glories is another flower in which we harvest seed from and grow lots of morning glories. My daughter also brought in, and she's collecting the snapdragon seeds, so we're going to have more snapdragons growing around the property next year. I really like the snapdragons because they produce a lot of bloom and they produce it throughout the year. So, except for the cold winter months. And somebody just blessed me with 3 pods for growing trumpet vines. So I'll be growing those along one of my fences for more variety of flowers and nectar for the pollinators. And of course the sunflowers that are starting to wilt, I'm gonna save those. We're gonna dry them out and harvest the seeds from these, and we'll be growing sunflowers next year all over the place. We'll leave the rest to the birds. I think I got enough of a variety here in color to be able to grow a nice attractive crop of sunflowers next year. I'm still waiting for the alyssum to go to seed, and a couple of the other flowers to go to seed and collect those, but you guys get the idea on saving flower seeds to save you some money, and also have a nice gift to share with your neighbors and friends. I want to thank you guys for sharing this little adventure on saving seeds. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a modern homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Geographically, we're located west-southwest of Crater Lake National Park. You can find me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, Google+, and now on Instagram. Got some more seed. We'll see you guys again in more videos. Bye-bye.